Good evening. Welcome back to Hellhound's Late Night Spook Show here on the Horror Metal channel. I'm Hellhound, and going to do yet another re-review. I've been doing one each day, so to continue that streak, we're going to update my previous review, which is now set to private, of Night of the Demons from 1988 and directed by Kevin S. Tenney. So, Night of the Demons is about a group of obnoxious teens that have a Halloween party inside of a former funeral parlor known as Hull House that has a very gruesome history. They end up getting trapped inside and become possessed by demons that have accidentally been awakened. The possessed teens start killing the others off and seem to be led by Angela, Mimi Kincaid, who floats around and talks in a really deep demonic voice. The remaining teens that haven't been possessed yet are forced to fight off the demons and try to escape the house. This is a very fun horror film with great special effects, which include Linnea Quigley, who has a couple nude scenes as usual, gouging out a guy's eyeballs, and even pushing a tube of lipstick into her nipple. Yeah. There's also a scene where a couple gets it on inside of a coffin, and a guy getting his tongue bitten out. Yeah, this is a great film to watch with a bunch of friends late at night, waiting some pizza, just having a good time. You can expect the usual bad acting, some of it's really terrible, and atrocious dialogue. It often comes with this type of film, but it doesn't really take away from how enjoyable it is to watch. I really do dig the cast, despite some of them having rather subpar acting ability, like I said. Kathy Podwell as the main girl, Judy, isn't the greatest actress, but she manages to be pretty likable anyway, and I wanted to see her character make it to the end. Her little brother was pretty annoying, though. Mimi Kincaid is really enjoyable as the goth chick, Angela, who becomes the main villain upon being possessed. And then there's Linnea Quigley, who plays Suzanne. Quigley is no stranger to horror, of course, and was also in Return of the Living Dead, Silent Night, Deadly Night, Graduation Day. The list goes on and on. It's always great to see her, and she has loads of very memorable scenes as usual. But I think my favorite character in this is, probably has to be Stooge, played by Hal Havens. He has all the best lines, and is just simply hilarious. Me and my friends still quote all his really funny lines to this day. He was also in Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bolorama, which came out the same year, and also starred Linnea Quigley. William Gallo as Sal is pretty funny, too. And I also like Alvin Alexis as the cowardly Roger, who's probably the most sensible character in the whole movie. Night of the Demons has some great gore, great humor, an excellent animated opening credit sequence, some genuinely creepy scenes, and some really stylish Steadicam shots. I suspect that director Kevin S. Tenney may have been somewhat inspired by Evil Dead. And the same goes for writer Joe Augustin as well. He probably took some influence from that, I would suspect. I really dig the ominous and eerie score and the rockin' soundtrack, too. I really love that Boha song that plays during Angela's seductive dance scene. The film does drag a little bit during the middle, but the thrilling climax and the awesomely shocking ending more than make up for it. So, yeah, that's Night of the Demons, a highly amusing horror flick that I watch every Halloween, usually with a group of friends. Oh yeah. Well, Night of the Demons was followed by a couple sequels, and a crappy remake, but let's not even go into that. Less said about that one, the better. Yeah, there was Night of the Demons 2, which actually came out in 1994. That kind of feels like an 80s movie. Pretty good movie. I haven't reviewed it yet in this channel. The only one I've reviewed is the first one, now twice, although the previous video was set to private. But yeah, Night of the Demons 2 is pretty good. A decent follow-up. I think it has slightly better acting than the original. Is almost just as good. I do prefer the first one. Yeah, Mimi Kincaid returns as Angela, still a demon, and it has a really kick-ass soundtrack as well. There's actually a song by Morbid Angel, Rapture, and Vengeance is Mine, two songs from the Covenant album, which is pretty cool. It's not every day that you see a movie with a death metal soundtrack, even a horror movie. But yeah, I definitely recommend Night of the Demons 2. It's a pretty kick-ass sequel. though not quite on the level of the original, in my opinion. Then there's also Night of the Demons 3. This movie's okay. One thing I don't like is it takes place in Hull House yet again, but it doesn't really look like Hull House on the inside. I think a lot of the scenes were at some other totally different set. It's okay. Mimi Kincaid returns as Angela once again, and there's a few scenes that stand out. I haven't watched this one a whole lot, so it's not really too fresh in my mind. I don't like it nearly as much as the first two, but it's alright. I'd say it's worth checking out at least once, just to say you've seen the entire trilogy, I guess. Yeah, it's alright. And, like I said, I'd avoid the remake at all costs. But, yeah, well, that's Night of the Demons. Yeah, Angela's throwing a party. Jason and Freddy are too scared to come, but you'll have a hell of a time. I love that tagline. I used to always see this in the video store growing up, and I knew that I had to see it as soon as I saw an awesome cover. Oh yeah. Alright guys, well, that's Night of the Demons. Check it out if you haven't already. Thank you for watching Hellhound's Late Night Spook Show here on the Horror Metal Channel. I'm Hellhound, and until next time, later.